What's good, y'all? This is Cypher from Farside Entertainment. How y'all doing? Welcome into Good Friday. Happy Friday. It's the end of the week. We finally made it to the end, so congrats. You're one of the many people that survived the work week and the whole calendar week altogether. So we are here. Today is Friday, and if you don't know me, you should get to know me. I'm Cypher. I make videos like this. I make music. I make content, and I do it for you. I do it for me. I do it for all of us to have a good time and discuss things, talk about things, and all that good stuff. The good part is today we're in the air, so there is no hot heat bursting through this screen or through the aura, the atmosphere, none of that. This is just all chilling, cool air. So as much as I would love to be here for a while, I need to get to business because this is a long form video and you clicked on this because you want to see about the title. So here's the thing. Tomorrow is the 4th of July, right? Independence Day, which also simultaneously marks the 2-year anniversary of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us official music video. Now, he made this video and he put it out on the holiday. So every time it's this day of the year. Not only is it a national holiday, but it's celebrating one of the biggest disses in hip hop history to one of the biggest artists in hip hop history. So the big question for a lot of people has been spiraling around for the last month or so. Should Kendrick respond to Drake's Iceman album, in which Drake finally did retaliate with everything? Now, I can give you a short answer, but I'm going to give you a breakdown of why as well. So the short answer is no. Now let me break down and explain why, right? So if Kendrick were to respond, so before we even get to that, let's just say Drake's album Iceman, right? The biggest album of the year, part of a trifecta. We're not going to talk about the other two albums. We're focusing on Iceman specifically. Now, if you listen to Iceman, you know that Drake definitely took on a huge role and decimated all his adversaries, all his opponents, rather. His opposition. He took out Kendrick, Jay-Z, DJ Khaled, and some shots to other people as well. I mean, the other ones were kind of tame, but those were more direct. Drake talking about DJ Khaled, Jay-Z, and most importantly, Kendrick Lamar. And I'm pretty sure he threw some shots in there about Serena Williams, but people aren't really talking about that, so maybe they didn't catch certain things. But I did, Drake. I know that was for her. But not only did he do that, but he made hits out of every song. He literally has a music video for almost every single song on that 18-track album, in which, I'm not gonna lie, based on preferences alone, I have 2 skips. Everything else is a banger. And as much as I didn't want to admit that at first, it is. It's the whole Iceman album is full of hits, like from the beginning to the end. I only give it a couple skips because the other ones are more introspective, and I'm more so here for the hits. So I skip songs like Firm Friends a lot and Make Them Cry and Burning Bridges. You know, I really usually skip those. Even the very last song, which I think is Make Them Remember. I don't remember. That's funny. I don't remember. It's something. But everything else is a hit for me. But he's dissing people on each one. Even the Don't Worry song, which ended up being like one of my favorites somehow. I don't know how, but it ended up being one of my favorites. I guess because it's so like fun. It's more of a parody song, but he even those little shot Nicki and Cardi in a playful way. At that point, Drake is pretty much just playing around. By the time you get to Too Hard for the Radio, he's already made his point. He's already established himself, his album, and his hits, and his disses. And everything else after that is just more so just playing him extra credit, basically. Because when you get to Too Hard for the Radio, I mean, that's a West Coast banger in itself that can easily beat a Kendrick Lamar West Coast record. So at that point, he's just pretty much running laps. So my point is, if Kendrick were to respond to this Iceman album, not only would it seem desperate, but it would be impossible. This is no longer a battle. Kendrick won the battle and Drake won the war when it comes to the longevity of what their careers are trying to do. Drake literally just broke the record for most #1 singles ever. You know who held it before him? Michael Jackson. And the song, Janice, is the one that broke the record and gave him his, 14th #1 or something like that. When Michael Jackson had 13 or something like that. They were tied for a while. and Janice ended up being the one that did it. Everybody thought it was going to be ran to Atlanta with Future and them, but nope, it was Janice. So he definitely dissed him on Janice. So that's one of those things where he didn't just make a diss song, he made the diss album. And it's one of those albums that has so much high replay value that I don't know, there's really nothing Kendrick can really say. I mean, I think he said everything initially, and anything after that would just be retaliation is something that's already pretty much done and nipped in the bud. So I don't see a reason for Kendrick to respond. Both artists have made a lot of money during this campaign. There's been ups and downs of both their careers during this time because Kendrick hasn't dropped in 2 years. And honestly, if I'm not being biased at all, GNX was a good album for its time because of the circumstance. After that phase passed by, you really don't hear anybody bumping GNX. People gonna be bumping this Iceman album for like a minute. It's one of them. So I don't think Kendrick should respond. I think he should just let it be what it is. Drake got his revenge in success, and I think that's how two grown men at 40 should leave it. I think 2024 gave us a great run with this rivalry, which boosted the overall just likeness of hip hop in itself because everybody was so buddy buddy. We literally needed that. And it also paved the way for others to sneak in the cracks and become top artists while they were waiting for Drake and Kendrick to continue their beef, like Gunna and the Baby. Like those artists more so they gained an advantage during that time because nobody else was really hitting like that. So Gunna was on his way to becoming the top artist until we got Drake and Kendrick back type situation. And Young Thug had the opportunity to do that and join the fray as well with his Gunna situation. But not only was Gunna not trying to bite, but Young Thug's motives were pretty unconventional. And a lot of people turned on Young Thug for that reason. So Young Thug missed his opportunity. He could have came back from jail a bigger artist than he was with the backing of literally the industry and the fan base that he may not even have had initially. So yeah, there were some wins, there were some losses. Some people fumbled the bag, some people didn't. And this made a great moment in hip hop, but just like any other great movie, sometimes the sequel just isn't warranted, and sometimes the sequel may ruin the initial effect of the original. So I think we should leave it be where it is. You know, Kendrick did what he did. He succeeded. Uh, he upped his stock so much off of this Drake thing. I think that's pretty much where we should leave it. Drake already had stock and he upped it even more, surpassing his label's expectations and having pretty much every song on his album chart, which is not a thing. I think literally every song on all three albums charted except for one. So that's there was already a gap when Drake streams and everybody else's streams. Now the gap is immense. It's so immense that you can't even see anybody else. And at that point, there is no bot algorithm situation. It's just that much support, not just from people who love the music, but I mean, let's be honest. It was whether you a hater or not, you gotta sing along. Teach me, baby. Call my phone and say you need me, baby. Like all that. It don't matter if you're a Drake fan or not, you're gonna sing along. And even if you don't like the tune, you think it's too corny, you think it's too catchy, too radio, the beat is crazy. And if you don't believe me, check out Ludacris's freestyle on Janice. Ludacris killed it to where it sounded like an entirely different song. The beats on this album are amazing. The setup is amazing. The composition is amazing. The lyrics are amazing. So you have to give it to him. The boy won this one. And not just one for himself, but one arguably for the entirety of hip hop. Lawsuits aside, moral clarity aside, lies aside, uh, accusations aside, like all that aside, Drake has established himself as the top dog in the hip hop game, whether you like him or not. And Kendrick is up there with him when it comes to stardom. I won't say numbers because clearly not numbers, but stardom for sure. To where a lot of people still, even after Iceman, prefer Kendrick over Drake. So yeah, I would say that to answer the question, no, don't respond. There's no point. Drake has made his point, the point. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. I wanted to get that point out to y'all before I just say subscribe and hit the like button and all that. But now that you made it through the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, get more introspective videos like this from me. So I go live a lot. I do videos like this a lot. You'll see me a lot more, especially now. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you. And I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.